Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I'm pulling cards for the second half of June 2023, and I'm using a little bit different deck than normal. This is the Archangel Animal deck, and it has had a great response from the first half that I did. Everybody's like, wow, those are so cool. I have enjoyed this deck. It is really, really great, and we are just getting into it, so join in. So let's join in. This is going to be so much fun. So I have the cards in front of me, and I'm going to start getting them in order. But like I said, this is such a great, cool deck. It's got a great energy to it. It can be a little clumpy because this is not a deck I normally use. This is a deck that's for my class, for my students when they come in and do class with me here in my office. So this is a great way to kind of like, yay, I've got this. So let's start out with June 16th. And so this is the last card in the whole deck, and it's the one that's calling my energy of like, yes, this is the one that your angels want me to tell you about for June 16th. So it's the card, the panda, and it says, stay balanced and in your embrace, stay balanced and in your essence. And it's one of those, it's really talking about kind of like that energy of what's coming up next, what's going on around you. And this is going to be a crazy day that you're going to end up probably with like tons of stuff on your calendar for the 16th, because the 16th has such a great energy. And it's one of those, but also give yourself a little bit of time to take a break or a breather, or just like catch your breath for a second, because so many of us have so many things on our calendar that we're really not giving ourselves a chance to kind of take a break. So give yourself a little bit of a break, but I guarantee you June 16th has some amazing energy in it. So this one is our card for June 17th. And so here we go. This is the horse. It's care for others and let them know, let them be free. So this is kind of a really interesting one, like take care, because the 17th of June has some amazing energy, but it's one of those, so many times, we kind of, the person that we should be caring for is the one that's kind of like the squeaky wheel. So the squeaky wheel is kind of getting that oil and the accommodations and all of that energy. But I guarantee you, sometimes it's the one that's not, and it's really an energy thing. And that's really what horses are all about, is like the energy of things. And take care of that person that normally doesn't ask for things. Make sure that they get an extra hug or an extra kind of like bit of your time or attention today. And this is going to be a day of just kind of take a break and relax in that person's energy so that you can move forward, and so can they. Because like I said, the squeaky wheel usually gets all the oil or all the attention, but there are people that are out there that just don't ask for it the way they should. They should be asking for like, hey, I need some time and attention for me. But sometimes it happens that you don't really get that time and attention. So it's interesting. Here we go. This is for June 18th, and this is the cow. So cute. This is, I know my eyes are, give with unconditional love and grace. So this is a really great one to kind of like on the 18th, because we have our like new moon energy. And so it's kind of like, what are the new things that you want to start? If you're doing it with your love and your grace and your expectations of like, I'm just giving or gifting my energy away, that's a really powerful thing for us to do. But I would also say kind of the fun part about it is gifting your energy away can be super powerful, but make sure that you're kind of giving it with the love and abundance as well. Don't just give it away like, oh, here you go. It's one of those, give it with love and concern and compassion. I think that's one of those best ones. Okay, so let's go to June 19th, and it's the other one on the back side. So this is the hyena. Interesting. What does that hyena have to tell us? Dare to be different. And I will tell you kind of some of the similarities for June 19th is like, it is just kind of another day like anything else, but it's one of those Dare to be different. Dare to kind of be that person that kind of steps out in the energy. Dare to be that person that is really allowing other people to kind of like be happy. A lot of times the energy that comes off of people is one of those, like, it's kind of stale or icky or not that great. But this is a great one to kind of like give that love and that attention. Not that you're kind of gifting it to everybody else, but let that come off of you. Kind of like just be a symbol of hope and peace and really love. I think love is something that we don't always get enough of. So it's kind of, interesting. So gift your love away. So let's go to June 20th. So June 20th is the dove. The dove is spread your message of peace and harmony. So June 20th is all about spreading your love, spreading your peace and harmony. And I can tell you that kind of one of the fun parts about this is opening up your energy and allowing, like you did yesterday, you gifted your love away. So today, kind of gift your harmony or your balance, your peace that you bring into the world. So many times people really, really, really require that, and we don't give it near as often as we should. So it's kind of like we should be giving that way more often than we are, but we normally don't. It's kind of like we send people prayers or messages or something like that, but we're not really always giving our energy to them. So this is a great day to kind of remind us of that. So let's go to June 21st, and this is the bat. What does the bat have to say? Let's see. The bat, see through the illusions into the truth. Wow. That is amazing for this day. So literally also on the 21st of June, we have our sun moving into the sign of Cancer, which is going to make us feel very emotional, but also kind of like bringing us into that intuition, that Cancer energy of kind of like bringing us into a tune and alignment to what's going on around us. And there are a lot of things that are hidden in our world that we kind of just like pass by, and we kind of like, let's just not deal with that. Let's just move past this. And a lot of times it really should be the one that we're really concerned about. Like we really should be taking a hold of that. That can be an amazing one. So let's move to June 22nd. And June 22nd, we have the hedgehog. The hedgehog is be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Now, I will also tell you this is about Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Gabriel is kind of like the one with the horn. Everybody says, like, yes, he's the one with the horn, but it's kind of like sending out that message. So open up your energy today and open up into that message of like letting it come out, kind of like spreading that energy, that rebellion energy of like, yes, you can send light and love and peace and happiness, and sending that out into your world can be such an amazing message, especially when you amplify it with your energy. It's like, yeah, that's a good one. So let's move to June 23rd. This one is popping forward. The gray squirrel is for June 23rd. And this is find new ways of solving problems. Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things that really can push our energy into some interesting areas of opening up into new ways of finding answers. A lot of times we go back to kind of like the way we've always done it before, the way we've always done this in the past. We've always done it this way. And a lot of times it's not. I just finished having lunch with a friend of mine today, and it's one of those, I was he was giving me messages of like looking at things differently, looking at things from a different perspective. And it was such an eye-opening thing. We had a total great time, but it's one of those, it was like these constant messages of looking at things differently, interacting with people differently, showing who I am to so many other people, because a lot of times we get into one frame of mind and that's it. Like we're framed, we're this, we're that, we're not anything else. And a lot of times we really do kind of deserve giving our people a different way of solving problems, solving answers, or getting those answers kind of thing. And kind of like that can be a great way for us to really think about looking at things differently. So many times we have like this narrow view of the world, and it's like we've got to open and broaden our view, especially when we start opening up to our spiritual growth and our spiritual energy. So many times, like when people come in to see me in Psychic 101 or even before Psychic 101, they're kind of like caught up in that energy of this is the way the world is. And as we like kind of start opening up their view to energy, where people are like, I didn't even know it was all here. I could feel things, but I couldn't see everything, or I couldn't sense everything. But it's like, as you keep opening up your energy to things, your energy is asking you to be aware. Your energy is asking you to open up those eyes and feel the energy, open up your senses and really bring that in and really start solving those problems differently. Instead of always doing it the way you've done it in the past, look at it completely different. So let's go to June 24th, which is all about the sheep. The sheep are act with fortitude and cooperation. It's one of those, what a great one. A lot of times we are going to be going over the next June and July of energies. We've got so many planets popping into retrograde that it's going to be a little overwhelming on a couple of days, especially if you've got a couple of them that are really strong in your chart. You might be going, oh my gosh, this is a little bit crazy. It is a crazy day, but it's one of those, look at who can help you, who can you help, and bringing that energy in a special way and a different way is going to really answer that question of kind of bringing this to you. So let's go to June 25th. Is all about the rat. What does the rat have to tell us? Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. This is an amazing one. And I think it's one of those, kind of the energy of this is kind of like, be yourself. So many times people want to pretend that they're something that they're not, or they're trying to push their energy in some areas that they're not really into. And that can be overwhelming. It really can be overwhelming for a lot of people. But I will tell you, this is kind of the fun, cool part about things, is allowing that energy to come in, allowing that energy to kind of be who you are and not like everybody else. It's one of those, so many times people want to be the way they've always been or deal with things they've always dealt with. And it's one of those, it's not good. And you've got to be growing. If you're still dealing with things the way you did as a teenager, maybe a senior in high school or a freshman in college, if you're still dealing with that and you're over the age of 25, you should already have a completely different point of view for what's going on in the world and how to work with things or how to work with energy. It can change everything else around you, because if not, it's going to hinder you and where you want to go in your life. You've got to change your point of view, because if you never change your point of view, you never are growing. So let's go to June 26th. This is the turtle, and the turtle is be joyful and trusting. It's one of those, June 26th has some amazing energy, and kind of we've got a couple of things going on, but I will say the one that's really like amping on my energy is Mercury going into the sign of Cancer, and trusting the energy that's coming up, trusting your emotions, that they have a reason to be there. So many times people don't really trust their emotions, and they're afraid that they're going to be like overwhelmed by it, and so they keep shoving down those emotions and kind of like keep going and keeping it down. But that's not how to deal with this. This is not how to deal with this kind of energy. It's one of those, let that energy come up and make sure that the people around you are ones that you can trust to kind of honor your energy and honor what's going on around you. Okay, let's go to June. This one is popping right here. June 27th. This one is the monkey, and this is experience all that life has to offer. That's an amazing one. Experience everything that life has to offer, because if you don't, it's one of those, you are going to be kind of realizing that at the end of your life, you didn't get to do with the things that really meant something to you. And I think that's kind of one of the hardest things, as I've worked with a lot of clients with family members passing. It's kind of like, well, they always wanted to go to here, or they always wanted to go to Europe, and they never made it. Go to those places. Go kind of like live your life to the fullest. Live your life. And sometimes it means making a lot of new choices. And that can be the really fun part and the kind of the scary part. But it's one of those, don't let it hinder you from where you need to go. Don't let it hinder you. Okay, let's go to June 28th. And this is about the cat. Meow, meow. The cat is be relaxed and independent. Aren't cats relaxed and independent all the time? I think that's kind of the fun part about cats, is that they have such an amazing energy. They have kind of that amazing energy. And on this day, it's talking about the sun in Cancer trining Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn is that structure, and it's one of those, but that sun is kind of like, I want my ego to be happy. I want me to be happy, and not just everybody else. I want that. So it's going to be kind of pulling that energy in some different areas, but it's one of those, you still can have some discipline and some focus and in control at times, but it's one of those, it's all going to come together at the right place at the right time. And if it's keeping you from things that you love, it's in the wrong area. Let's go to June 29th, and this is the goat. The goat is act from your innate wisdom. Innate wisdom. So many of us have this amazing wisdom energy with us, and we don't really act on it. And so it's kind of like we kind of like push things off, and we're kind of like, even if we're going to get in that energy like this isn't a good thing, we'll kind of keep walking into it. Listen to that intuitive side. Listen to your intuition of like what should you be doing, or how should you be doing it? Because if not, you're not connecting with your angels and your guides from the other side, and you're not moving forward the way you should or could. Okay, our last one for June is June 30th, and this is the rabbit. The rabbit is recognize your significance. I heard that message today myself. Learn about kind of like your significance of what you bring into the world. So many times we discount ourselves, and other people kind of see what our worth is. And I will tell you, one of the things that I learned many, many years ago is kind of seeing everybody for like how God sees people. How does God see? Even if we've made mistakes, He still loves us. If He's still in our lives, He's still bringing us angels, and He's still guiding us. But it's one of those, it's also about kind of like recognizing our significance. How important are we? We all have a different life purpose. We all have a different place in this world. We all have this amazing energy to really amp us up, amp us forward. And that's the special part of this. It's not about all being the same all the time. It's not about that at all. This is a great way to kind of really amp up this energy and find out what our significance is, because when we honor who we are and what we bring to this world, things around us are going to change. Because so many times, if we're discounting ourselves or kind of not, like, it's not so significant, it's one of those, everybody else is going to do the same thing, because we've already told them with our energy that that is completely okay with us. And a lot of times we want to say it's not, but we don't want to be arrogant, or we don't want to be ego driven or whatever else. It's not ego driven. You are on this planet for a very special mission, for a very special purpose. And it's important that you are just as important as anybody else. And you can actually really bring that energy forward, because you can bless other people in a way that no one else will. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.